It's the trophy game portion of the season for the Wisconsin Badgers. The final 3 regular season games, all with regular season trophies at stake, including the Heartland Trophy, as the Badgers made the trip down to Iowa City to take on the Hawkeyes. We'll check out some of Saturday's game from Kinnick Stadium with the Heartland Trophy on the line. We'll visit with Badgers safety Hunter Wohler, back after missing a good portion of the season with an injury, and we'll have our weekly sit-down talking recruiting with head coach Jim Leonhard. All coming up on today's edition of the Badger Sports Report. For the Badger 40-yard line, 3rd down and 10, Iowa. Shotgun snap to Petrus. Badgers bring in pressure, ball knocked loose, and the Badgers will recover. It was knocked loose, and Darrell Peterson was there to pounce. 1:55 left in quarter one, 3-0 Wisconsin. On 2nd down and 15, Petrus throw under pressure, and he gets sent down with authority by Nick Herbig at the 27-yard line. 3 receivers right, 1 on the left from the Iowa 27-yard line. 3rd down, 3rd and 14. Shotgun snap to Petrus. Badgers sending 3. Here comes Herbig, and down goes Petrus as he got spiked at the 23-yard line. Nick Herbig with another sack. He has a couple of sacks. He has a forced fumble. And the Hawkeyes are forced to punt. 1 minute left in the half. 3 receivers right, 1 on the left. Hurts takes the snap. 4-man Iowa rush. Graham throws left side deep. Keontae Lewis the catch. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Wisconsin. Graham merged to Keontae Lewis. Game back on in Iowa City. Sean Williams remains the running back. He's a sophomore out of Chicago. And he lines up to the left of the quarterback, Spencer Petrus. Shotgun snap, back to throw, heavy pressure, and down he goes. Oh, Kamoi Latu with a sprint to the quarterback. And he takes him down to the 19-yard line. Caleb Johnson, the lone running back. Laporta will motion wing left to the right. Petrus wants to throw under pressure, and Jordan Turner gets home. Down goes Petrus at the 41-yard line.
Play fake merge, back to throw, lines up. He's a deep right side. DK got it. Touchdown, Wisconsin.
Here comes Herbig. He knocked it loose, and the Badgers will pounce. He's gone. Braylon Allen all the way. Another turnover forced by the Wisconsin defense. Oh, what work by Jim Leonhard's group.
The Badger Sports Report is presented by UW Health, the healthcare team for the Badgers. Learn more at uwsportsmedicine.org. And is brought to you by the Construction Business Group, Wisconsin operating engineers and respected contractors. BuildingWisconsinTogether.com. And by Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
When you've been injured, you need the hometown team on your side. Trust us to get you back in the game. Call Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of Wisconsin Badger Athletics. One call, that's all.
You'll hear things like, you're gonna need to see a specialist.
That what you have is serious, like really serious.
And then you meet them, your medical team.
With research and clinical trials and new treatments.
With better procedures that lead to better results.
Then it hits you, you're gonna be okay.
UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
People, let me tell you about my best friend. He's a warm-hearted person who loved me till the end. People, let me tell you about my best friend. He's a one-boy cuddly toy, my up, my down, my pride and joy. People, let me tell you about him. He's so much fun. Whether we're talking and a man or whether we're talking.
Right now, get $50 off a Hy-Vee Plus premium membership with code Mahomes.
These are operating engineers. They operate top-of-the-line, innovative machines and build stuff that matters. And operating engineers are well paid. They even get paid to train. As an apprentice, you can make $56,000 a year from day one. During training, no school loans and no debt. When your training is complete, you'll have a stable career job that is high skill, high tech, and high pay. We need operating engineers right now. Your future can begin today.
Injured? You need a team you can trust. Call Gruber Law Offices today, serving the people of Wisconsin for over 30 years. Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of Wisconsin Badger Athletics. One call, that's all.
It's always tough as a defense to play that well and get a loss, but football is the ultimate team sport. You have to play well in different areas. We have a number of defensive players on our special teams. You know, how much did we impact the game in that area in a positive way, and that's ball. You know, some days you play well and don't get it done, and in others the offense has to pick us up. That's the way football works, and that's why you love it and that's why you hate it at the same time.
I think just especially when you have self-inflicted wounds, that's not to take any props away from Iowa. They got a great defense and they put us in tough positions, but when you turn the ball over in tough spots and don't execute third downs and things like that, that you can, I think that's the most probably frustrating thing, especially when defense gives us an opportunity to win the game.
Offensively, I think we probably had one of our worst days, and I think the fact that the game still wasn't a blowout, it just shows us, how good we can be. So, it is frustrating, but I think going ahead, we just gotta, battle back and make sure we detail stuff up next week.
And we just have to control what we control on defense, and I thought we played well, but clearly not well enough. So we need to create turnovers. We can do what we can. So it's a bad feeling, and we just gotta go back to the drawing board.
Just football, man. Stuff happens. It's like life. You can put everything, all your willpower, everything you have into it, and sometimes you're gonna come up empty-handed. Unfortunately, that's the situation tonight.
We obviously didn't execute as well as we normally do, and we got to go and look at the film and get on the same page with that, because we got two big games, that mean a lot to us. So we got Nebraska next week, and we got to refocus and come together and get ready for that.
You're gonna have adversity. You're always going to have adversity in the season. You wish you can have all the lessons coming after wins and really forcing you guys to stay focused that way, but sometimes you come up short. And our guys are workers. They care about each other. They're committed to this thing, and we'll find a way to show up next week, I promise. And I'm excited for the challenge, and we got to move on quick.
You'll hear things like, you're going to need to see a specialist.
That what you have is serious, like really serious.
And then you meet them, your medical team.
With research and clinical trials and new treatments.
With better procedures that lead to better results.
Then it hits you, you're gonna be okay.
UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
My best friend, he's a warm-hearted person who loved me till the end. People, let me tell you about my best friend. He's a one-boy cuddly toy, my up, my down, my pride and joy. People, let me tell you about him. He's so much fun, whether we're talking and a man or whether we're talking.
Right now, get $50 off a Hy-Vee Plus premium membership with code Mahomes.
As the Badgers continue the stretch drive of the regular season, one thing never really stops, and that's the area of recruiting. And with that as the topic, we're joined now by head coach Jim Leonhard. Jim, you jumped in as a coach, as an assistant. You knew what it was like to be recruited. Tell us what it's like now to be among those who are recruiting, and how much you enjoy that aspect of getting to know players as they're going through the process of choosing where they want to go to college.
One of the most fun parts of the job is getting to know players and getting to learn kind of what makes them tick, what makes them special, right? Why are you going to have success at this level? Because it's not always the talent, the mindset, the drive, the togetherness, kind of that bond of football. Those are huge factors. So it really is one of the most exciting things as a coach as you start to identify players that fit the culture of Wisconsin really well. You know they have enough ability to really impact this place in a positive way, and you're trying to really figure out how you're going to motivate them throughout their career to maximize their potential.
I would imagine, I've heard coaches, no matter the sport around here, one of the things that you always try to stress are the people, right? I mean, the atmosphere in game day, terrific. There's a lot of things that people see just watching a game on television, but would imagine it's similar with you. You just try to promote the culture that has developed here over the course of time.
It's very easy to sell the passion that our fans have here in Wisconsin supporting this program. That's easy to see. You watch game day, you see year-round the excitement with Wisconsin football. The next piece is the people. You know, we push development in on the field, off the field, character. That is such a huge piece of how we recruit and the relationships that you're going to build. You know, it's very exciting to me to be able to look these recruits in the face and tell them they're going to be surrounded by great people that care about them, that are going to help them grow in all areas.
We all know that things are changing in the world of college athletics, and it's not a bad thing. Obviously, NIL opportunities, the portal, it's all there. Has it changed much, the kind of questions that you might get, you and your staff might get in the recruiting process from, you know, the parents, you know, people who are really interested in a young man? Imagine some of those questions have changed a little bit the last couple of years.
Yeah, the biggest change since I've been hired is the unknown of college football from the recruiting standpoint. You talk about conference realignments and what that's going to mean. The NIL, the transfer portal, there's so many huge areas of college football that have changed, so that the questioning has definitely shifted. And I think as coaches we have to embrace that. I think we pride ourselves on being open and honest and really trying to be as direct as possible with families, be as direct as possible with kids, because that's not the case everywhere. So we're not perfect. We know we have to improve in certain areas, but I think that's how we're trying to separate ourselves. When we offer, it means something. When we recruit you, we really believe in you, and we want to paint that picture of what this place is truly, right? No BS. And then how we're going to coach you, how we're going to develop you, and who we're going to surround you with during your career.
Truthful, right? I know you stress that. Is it the old line is it's easy to remember what you tell somebody originally when you're telling them the truth. That's really that may be at the top of your list of things that you want from your staff, anybody who maybe has some interest in a young man, right?
Yeah, integrity is huge for me. So doing things the right way. You know, we ask our players to hold themselves to high standards and be accountable to each other. And as a coaching staff, if we're not that, if we're not recruiting you under those, you know, that kind of pretense, it's just set up to fail. So, like I said, we're not perfect. We know that. We have to continue to strive to do things the right way and to push. And it's my job as a head coach off the field, right, to push the program in a direction to chase championships, whether that's Big Ten or national. And we need the right players to do that.
Final thought, the walk-on program here, very well documented how good it's been. You were one of those. So what was the process like for you? How much did you know about how good the walk-on program was at Wisconsin when you were going through the process?
Well, I was fortunate growing up in the state and just hearing about it for years, and the success, the names, the guys who did it at the college level and beyond. So I had a lot of confidence coming in the door that I was going to get a fair shot, and that's all I asked for. You know, be honest with me, give me an opportunity, and if I'm good enough, it'll work out, and if not, you know, I have to see the writing on the wall. So I'm very proud of how the walk-on program has continued to grow. Players every year, you know, jumping out of that program and earning scholarships, becoming starters, just huge leadership roles on this team. And in a number of cases, those are the guys who really know the tradition and the culture of Wisconsin football and push that in our locker room every day. And I'm very proud of where it's at, and hopefully we can continue to grow it and make it more beneficial for the program.
Yeah, no doubt. Been a big part of the Wisconsin program through the years, 10-year NFL vet right here. So, yeah, it did work out pretty well for this one-time walk-on to the Wisconsin program. We'll take a break. More to come as we continue with this week's edition of the Badgers Sports Report.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. We believe in financial security for Wisconsin public school employees and their families. WEA Member Benefits, proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. WEABenefits.com.
My favorite breakfast is Odyssey yogurt. I asked Mommy where it comes from, and she took me to a dairy farm to learn all about milk and, most importantly, cows. Wisconsin cows are definitely the happiest. which means they make the tastiest yogurt. My favorite is blueberry. What's your flavor? Support your local farmers. EIEI Odyssey.
WEA Member Benefits, dedicated to helping Wisconsin public school employees become financially secure with programs designed for the education community. Proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics, WEAbenefits.com.
A lot of fun aspects of watching this Wisconsin football team this season, not the least of which is watching this young defense get better and better as the season goes on. It helps to get healthier, and that's where we bring in Safety Hunter Wohler opening night, and then the long time out, and then back in for the Maryland game. Give us, Hunter, if you would, first welcome back.
Appreciate it.
Give us some perspective of what that was like for you. Just, I'm sure there were frustrating days. It's how this works when you're coming back from an injury, but give us an idea of the process and when you felt like, all right, I see some light at the end of the tunnel here, I can get back in there.
Yeah, I mean, coming into the season, it was, I need to make a name for myself. I need to, come in and have a good year, do anything I can to help this team. And getting hurt the first game, it's the first thing that went through my mind is like, this is, not the season I envisioned. This is not how I, planned on everything going down. And obviously the injury process always sucks. It's mentally, physically, it takes a toll. So it was a grind to get back. I had plenty of guys that, were there right next to me the whole way, helped me out, keep me, mentally strong, mentally, available every day. And then, being able to come back this past weekend and get a win, and for the team and the defense to play as well as we did, that's the ultimate reward. And I can't be any more grateful for, Saturday and this team and this coaching staff.
And to get an interception right out of the gate the first time back, take us through that play. How cool was that?
Yeah, that was special for sure. We were doing some different stuff personnel-wise for us. So we had 3 safeties on the field at times throughout the game. So I had the ability to go down and play a little bit of outside backer. And turned out that I was in the right spot on that play, and to be honest, it was all kind of a blur. It just kind of I remember parts of it, but it just kind of all rolls into one. But yeah, there really is no feeling like it. It was a special feeling for sure.
You mentioned a moment ago that when you were going through the process of rehabbing and getting yourself healthy again, you had a lot of company. A lot of guys are doing the same thing, but you also went through an injury in high school, right? And It's not, you don't like to have experience in that regard, but you do. Did that kind of help you in a weird way where you knew you were going to have good days, maybe not so good days, that you just had to understand because you had lived it before at the high school level that, okay, I'll be all right here. Like, you can never get back fast enough, but you've been through it before. You kind of know the process.
Yeah, I think in high school it was a little bit different. It happened my freshman year, so it wasn't like I was really, playing at a high level at that time. So it didn't, hit me as hard as this past injury did. But yeah, I definitely knew that it was going to be a tough road, that there would be some bad days, like you said, that it was gonna suck at times, and you were gonna have to just battle through it. So it like I said before, it's a long process. But I think everything happens for a reason, and in a way, I'm blessed to be able to go through that. And the things that I take out of it is, I wouldn't trade it for anything. So.
I want to go back to your high school career here too. 37-0. Your
Yes,
teams, 2 championships, very well could have been a third had not the season ended with the pandemic. What is it about Muskego? What is it about that program that made it so good?
Well, we had a lot of dudes that just love the game. We had a lot of really good athletes, but I think the biggest part was just the love of the game. Everyone came in and every single day for practice, obviously for games. Just came in ready to go, ready to work. And that's what I see in this team as well, this Wisconsin team, is everyone's driven, everyone's motivated, everyone's got a plan and a vision for this team. And you're finally starting to see it all unfold, and we're really starting to reap the benefits of what we've been working on all off season and all this season. So yeah, the love of the game is the biggest thing. We had, like I said, we had a lot of athletes, and the coaching staff that we had at Muskego was top tier. So it's, there's a lot of things that go into building something like that. So those are 3 good years of high school ball for sure.
I know Coach Leonhard he's been raving about you from when they were recruiting you. When you hear a coach say that, your high school coach say might be the best defensive back ever out of the state of Wisconsin, I'm not sure the guy who has an award named after him would disagree, right? I mean, but that's pretty high praise. It's got to make you feel, I know you always try to get better, but that's got to make you feel pretty good when you hear something like that.
Yeah, I mean, of course it definitely feels good. It always does. You can't really put into words how like the feelings you get when people say stuff like that, but then at the same time it's like you can't stop now. You gotta keep pushing, you gotta keep going forward and keep improving and keep getting better, so you can be the best athlete and best player you can be on the field.
I've asked a lot of players on the defensive side, what is it about Coach Leonhard? I mean, obviously you guys are very tightly connected here. What is it about his approach? If it's player relationships, schemes, what is it that makes it so good?
There's so much that he brings to the table. I mean, he, for one, is smarter than majority of anyone that knows the game of football. I mean, he could run a better offense than most coaches in the country. He's just that smart, and so that's that helps him a lot. Obviously, helps put our guys in the best spots that we can be to make plays. But the other side of it is you see how like the relationships that he has with the players. You see, I mean, there was a video that was posted of him running into the locker room after the game, and that right there is just a small example of who he is, the kind of person he is, and everyone respects him, everyone loves him, and him being around is a blessing for myself and this team for sure.
How many times have you heard Jimmy Cook's the song, right? That's you probably heard that a little bit more in the last few weeks.
The last
right?
few weeks we definitely heard it played a lot, and it's been a lot of fun.
The other thing too, he prides himself on recruiting guys who can be versatile. Is he says you can't be a one-trick pony, and you've already touched on it with the 3-safety look, where you're playing kind of an outside linebacker role. Is that kind of bring the fun to it as well? Like, what's he going to come up with this week? I mean, there are a lot of ways to do this. You could play a certain defense in a basic way, kind of like what Iowa does. It's worked really well. You guys do it differently, but from your perspective, you're a smart guy, you're a smart football player. Does that help keep things fresh too? Wondering, okay, what's it going to look like this week?
Yeah, it always does. It's always fun to be able to learn a new spot and be able to do some different things that you've never done on the field before. And Coach Leonhard wants to obviously win games. So he's gonna draw some stuff up, scheme stuff up that is gonna put players in position to make plays. And so when you see guys making those plays, it's a lot of fun. And the versatility that this defense has, there's a lot of guys that can play in a lot of different spots, and I think that's what you're starting to see. What makes this defense so good is that we got athletes that can do a lot of different things, and it's obviously Saturday you saw it, and I think you'll be able to see it the rest of the season as well.
All right, appreciate your time. As always, Hunter Wohler. This Badger defense, they set the bar high, and they are once again getting better and better as the season moves along. We'll take a break. More to come right after this.
These are operating engineers. They operate top-of-the-line innovative machines and build stuff that matters. And operating engineers are well paid. They even get paid to train. As an apprentice, you can make $56,000 a year from day one. During training, no school loans and no debt. When your training is complete, you'll have a stable career job that is high skill, high tech, and high pay. We need operating engineers right now. Your future can begin today.
You'll hear things like, you're gonna need to see a specialist.
That what you have is serious, like really serious.
And then you meet them, your medical team.
With research and clinical trials and new treatments.
With better procedures that lead to better results.
Then it hits you, you're gonna be okay.
UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
The Badger Sports Report is presented by UW Health, the healthcare team for the Badgers. Learn more at uwsportsmedicine.org. And is brought to you by the Construction Business Group, Wisconsin operating engineers and respected contractors. BuildingWisconsinTogether.com. And by Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
The Badgers will hit the road again this Saturday, the final regular season road trip for the Badgers as they go down to Lincoln to take on the Nebraska Cornhuskers with the Freedom Trophy going to the winner of this Saturday's game. We'll talk to you next week. Thanks for watching.
This has been an exclusive presentation from Learfield.
People, let me tell you about my best friend. He's a warm-hearted person who loved me till the end. People, let me tell you about my best friend. He's a one-boy cuddly toy, my up, my down, my pride and joy. People, let me tell you about him. He's so much fun. Whether we're talking and a man or whether we're talking.
Right now, get $50 off a Hy-Vee Plus premium membership with code Mahomes.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. Proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics, WEAbenefits.com.
My favorite breakfast is Odyssey yogurt. I asked Mommy where it comes from, and she took me to a dairy farm to learn all about milk and, most importantly, cows. Wisconsin cows are definitely the happiest, which means they make the tastiest yogurt. My favorite is blueberry. What's your flavor? Support your local farmers. EIEI Odyssey.